The video game market in China is gigantic, but rarely does a Chinese game achieve global success. The most well-known cases are Genshin Impact and other mobile games. However, in 2020, a game based on Journey to the West promised to be a major breakthrough: Black Myth Wukong. After 4 years, this title not only broke records on Steam with over 2 million concurrent players, but also sold 10 million copies in just 3 days. How did they achieve this? This is the story of game science and their risky bet. The Chinese video game market was closed off to foreign influences for a long time. The government strictly controlled which games could enter, calling them electronic heroin. It was only with the entry of giants like Tencent and NetEase that the market opened up. Fengji, a young man addicted to World of Warcraft, lived in internet cafes and learned about the industry while playing. In 2008, he joined Tencent and worked on the MMO Azura, but the project failed, leading to the restructuring of the studio. Fengji and Yang Kui left Tencent in 2014, tired of the focus on mobile games. They founded Game Science with the dream of developing AAA PC games. They started in a small space in Shenzhen and created mobile games to finance their primary goal. Although these games were not massive hits, they allowed them to stay in the market and focus on Black Myth Wukong. In 2018, despite doubts, they decided to start developing a AAA game. Yang Kui was determined not to miss the chance to create something meaningful. After much effort, the Game Science team chose to use Unreal Engine instead of their previous tools like Unity or Cocos to meet their ambitious goals. Black Myth Wukong is not only a milestone for Chinese video games, but also an example of perseverance and vision. The story of Game Science is a testament to the risk and passion needed to achieve global success in the video game industry. During the development of Black Myth Wukong, the Game Science team faced numerous challenges. Initially, they didn't know how to use Unreal Engine, the engine they chose for their game inspired by Journey to the West. Despite the lack of experience, they set a goal to design a new monster every 2 weeks. However, technical issues and the need to learn new skills made this a monumental task. The team drew inspiration from games like Dark Souls and Monster Hunter. Fengji was obsessed with Miyazaki's titles, while Yang Kui preferred Monster Hunter. These influences led to the game having oppressive combat, a complex structure, and a mysterious narrative. In May 2018, they created their first game, Space Wawa Mountain, and the project grew rapidly, requiring them to open a new studio in Hangzhou by the end of 2018. By the end of 2018, they had already completed 2 levels and had a team of 20 people. However, after 2 difficult years, they decided to release a trailer to recruit more talent. The trailer went viral, receiving over 100,000 resumes in a few days. Despite the enthusiasm, the team had to manage the pressure and prevent external attention from affecting their work. The 2020 trailer showcased a demo that taught valuable lessons. A major technical issue was the difficulty of getting dynamic animations to work properly, especially in a sequence where the protagonist, Sun Wukong, had to perform a complex execution. Although they tried to fix it, the problem persisted, and the animation was eventually discarded. For their animations, they took inspiration from studios like Naughty Dog and Ubisoft. They used Ubisoft's motion matching technology, adapting it to their needs. Although they drew influences from games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and God of War, they wanted to avoid direct comparisons with these titles. They opted for level design that allowed some exploration freedom without being a corridor, in line with the Journey to the West story. Black Myth Wukong has been a testament to Game Science's effort and adaptability, combining inspirations and overcoming obstacles to deliver a unique game. By the time they released the game in 2020, the Game Science team had grown from 7 to 30 members, and they hope to finish the game by 2022. However, development extended for 4 more years and cost $70 million. Daniel Wu, one of the key investors, bought 20% of the company for $8.5 million. The team drew inspiration by visiting historical places in China to ensure authenticity in the game. The trailer went viral, garnering 2 million views on YouTube and 25 million on Bilibili, attracting new investors, including Tencent, which acquired 5% of the company. The team expanded to 140 members and established their own motion capture studio. The game was released on August 20th, 2024, becoming a phenomenon. Black Myth Wukong became the single-player game with the most concurrent players in Steam's history, surpassing titles like Elden Ring and Cyberpunk 2077. It sold 10 million copies in 3 days and 18 million in 2 weeks, generating approximately $850 million. This success not only marked a milestone for the Chinese market, but also proved that a Chinese studio could compete globally in the AAA game space. Instead of following the trend of mobile and multiplayer games in China, Game Science bet on a large-scale single-player game. Currently, Game Science is working on an expansion for Black Myth Wukong and plans to turn it into a franchise. Despite some controversies, such as translation issues and the game's absence on Xbox consoles, the title's success has exceeded expectations. Daniel Wu recalls this challenge as a test of courage and determination, highlighting the team's vision and the risks they took. A bet that would end up paying off greatly, once again proving that single-player games are still alive and, when done well, can be an incredible success for the industry, the developers, and us gamers. With Black Myth Wukong, they've set a precedent on which Chinese companies can build for the future of their developments. So this probably won't be the last AAA game we'll see coming out of this country. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the story of this development, your opinion on this game, and what you expect from its expansion. I wanted to do a review, but honestly, I was enjoying this game at my own pace, and since a few weeks have passed, instead I decided to research how this game was created, because at the end of the day, that's pretty much what I like to do.